Delvin Cox, do I have your consent to talk about the movie The Last Dragon and also other things like music, hip hop, sex, kink, and the way the world is on the YKF Cinema Show? Do I have your consent?
Of course, brother. Let's rock and roll.
Thank you. Consent is sexy.
Cinematic and erotic thrills. Kinky people talking about films. Nicholas Tanek in a triple bill. He's a film buff guru, cult hero, tickling whatever you will. What gives you satisfaction? What's it's a YKF cinema show.
Yes. My name is Nicholas Tanek. This is the YKF Cinema Show, produced by your kinky friends. We are in New Jersey. Everything we talk about today is between consenting adults. This is the YKF Cinema Show. And tonight, oh my God, we have, for the first time, I've been on his show many times, but this is a man who has truly been a friend to me, especially in the podcasting world, inspiration. He's always been there through the whole liver transplant, and our love of culture, music, and that glow, bonds us. But please go listen to the Delvin Cox Experience, and please welcome Delvin Cox. Welcome, Delvin. How are you?
I'm happy to be here, man. This is awesome. I'm happy we can finally get to do this and be on this show, man. We got a lot to talk about. It's great, man. As you see, but all my stuff in the back. I am heavily into movie, cinema, everything. I'm kind of a master of all trades, kind of thing.
Okay, everybody, please support YKF. Subscribe to Your Kinky Friends podcast with Nicholas Tanek on Spotify. We put all the stuff there fresh. We're going to take this down, put it up there. And this is not going to come out for about a week or two. Go to yourkinkyfriends.com for the writing. Subscribe to YKF Cinema. This is a new channel. We need likes and subscribe and subscriptions. It'd be great. Okay.
Support
and everybody,
the people you love.
That's it. Support the people you love. All right. Get 15% off all inventory at lockedandlust.com with offer code YKF. The crotch rocket is great. Squirt in seconds. We're getting there. Delvin, before we get into the glow in the Shogun of Harlem,
let me use this 15%. That's what I need to be doing right now, brother.
All right. When and where did you first? Was this was the first time The Last Dragon hit you?
Oh, I was a kid. I was probably like,
yeah, me too.
6 years old. Funny because all my favorite movies I saw like when I was 6, 7 years old. Whether it's Transformers the movie, whether it's I want to say it was
the cartoon one, the
86 one, yeah. With, Back to the Future and The Last Dragon. I was like a young kid, and this was the era of the 80s where martial art movies were a big thing and stuff like that. People were still, especially with African Americans at the time, they were heavily into like the Bruce Lee stuff. Enter the Dragon was a big deal back then. I remember watching those things, and one of the things that was kind of a big deal, not as much as it was in the 70s, the blaxploitation movies and stuff like that, but it was still a thing back then in the 80s. It was still a kind of a big enough thing, and this movie was kind of, Barry Gordy's kind of big thing, like his big splash into trying to make a big cinema movie.
Yeah. And it was huge. I was around, I was in, I think it was ending elementary school, going into middle school around that time. So it was around like 89, like whatever it was, like in the 80s, whatever it came in the 80s. And I remember going to Photon on a birthday party. You remember Photon? It was like laser tag. Yes, this is 80s, right? They put a vest on you to go around, you shoot each other. And I remember, and to the beat of the rhythm of the night was huge.
I love that because of this. Because of this.
Right on. Yeah. Oh, the music. We're getting into the music. But I remember going to Photon and Elder Bard was on the radio, and I wanted to see this movie so bad. I wanted to see this movie. I was scared. I was still like scared of movies. Like Jaws terrified me. But like nowadays, I can watch Texas Chainsaw Massacre and nap to it. But Yeah, and it delivered then. It delivered then. So was for you. Do you remember the first time you actually saw it? Was it on a VHS tape? Was it in the theater?
I first saw it, actually, if I remember correctly, I saw it in theaters, but I was too young to remember it that well. But when I actually like watched it, was able to appreciate it. I saw it at home because I don't know if you remember this. Network TV used to play this movie all the time.
Yeah, was it Channel 11?
Yeah, something like that. Like it was like every other week you would see this on TV. Mm-hmm. So I would just get mesmerized by watching this movie over and over again, and Daddy Green's Pizza and trying to be quoting it and stuff like that. So I'll tell you a funny story. I got to tell you the story now,
please.
Because I was too young to remember seeing this movie in theater. A couple years back, what was it, like 2-3 years ago? They had a re-showing of this movie with Tanek at the theater.
Oh wow!
So you got to watch the movie with Tanek. So I went to the re-showing. I ended up getting an autographed Blu-ray of the movie, getting Tamak's autograph, and watching the movie with Tanek.
Nice. Nice.
And the thing about this movie, to show how much staying power this movie has, the movie theater was a packed house for it.
Of course.
People were laughing. They were singing. It was like watching it in the 80s again. It was an amazing experience.
But did this happen in the theater?
Am I the meanest? Sho'Nuff. Am I the prettiest? Sho'Nuff. Am I the baddest mofo low down around this town? Sho'Nuff.
Yeah. That didn't happen that night?
Every time he said that, everyone said Sho'Nuff.
Sho'Nuff, yeah. It's great. I'm surprised it's not used in hip hop more. Because it's a great callback and response.
What I appreciate about this movie, which I didn't realize when I was a kid, but I realize it now and being an adult. This movie is very androgynous.
Yes. Oh my God. Yeah.
Like very much so. Like, and it's really cool how the movie is kind of like, it has varying degrees of powerful women. Like Sho'Nuff's gang, the women are there just as badass as the guys.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah. And speaking, it's funny that you say that because there is the sit down, shut up scene, which I thought that was the first thing that got me thinking the same thing. Watch this.
Shogun is back on the scene, and the Shogun is the master. Why don't you sit down and shut up? What? Why don't I sit down and what? I said, why don't you sit down and shut up? Why don't anybody who wants?
So yeah, there's a lot of it's very colorful. It's colorful. The costumes are very colorful. Yeah, it's very interesting. It's very good that you pointed that out.
And I didn't realize how androgynous Sho'Nuff is.
Yes. Oh my God, it's a great
point. He's very flamboyant. Really cool to see that. Like he's a tough macho guy, but he's also very stylish, and he also has kind of put together nature about him. Like even when he's fighting and he flicks his hair back, I'm a baddie.
He's also I watched this with a bunch of kinksters. I watched this with my queen, right, who's a kinkster, and we talked about it. I talked about it with a bunch of kinksters, and I'm asking what kind of, in the community there's doms, there's male doms who think they're the master, and shit like that. And he's definitely got that energy, but he's got that dangerous energy. You know what I mean? There's I have to admit that there's this weird, creepy, this guy may sexually assault me. He won't just fight me, but a
little bit of that vibe.
Yeah. So, all right. You host the Delvin Cox Experience, which you have this mission of uniting culture through diversity, which
correct.
That's written well. I love that. I love the everything about that. Right. So how does film like this, Motown, Kung Fu, Harlem swagger, all fit into the conversations you love about culture and identity?
That's a great question. I think it does because The Last Dragon in particular is a movie that is inspirational. Like you watch this character, Bruce Leroy, who's this mild-mannered guy and stuff like that, who on the surface, the Last Dragon is a very Afrocentric story, but anybody can relate to it.
Yes.
It's this guy,
Of course.
who's a genuinely good guy who wants to do the right thing. And he's very much about his community. And at the same time, there's this other guy who's also about his community, but his way about his community is about control. Like, and there's a lot of diversity in the movie in itself. Where you have the Shogun of Harlem, then you got the big millionaire guy who's kind of like he's a millionaire who kind of like eccentric with the shark tank, like piranha tank in his house and stuff like that. And,
yeah, I wanted more piranhas. I honestly, maybe that's a sadist in me, but
yeah, and it's kind of interesting watching how these worlds all come together, and meld together. And it feels like it fits. Like you're getting so much culture from Harlem, particularly, and then you go. I think it's Chinatown, right?
Yeah.
Then you go to Chinatown, and then you go to this other areas. Like it's just so many different things. You get to see different cultures and how they interact with each other. Like especially when Bruce Leroy is in Chinatown, and he's like, "Hey, my man." He's trying to deliver the pizza and stuff like that, and he's trying to talk to the Asian people. And they're like, "What are you doing?" Like, it's kind of. Really
and then there's this scene which, taken out of context, is a trip. They're having fun.
I love that scene
great.
So much.
I do. It's awesome. It makes me so happy.
It's great because it shows how much music and culture matters to people. Like, especially nowadays. I think that's a good lesson for everybody. As we see cultures get diminished and things like that, it's really good and important to know how important cultures is to everybody. Because hip hop is a culture that came up in the inner cities and things like that, but everybody loves hip hop.
Yeah,
there's a lot of things that we like. We love hip hop, we love soul, we love all these things, and it's a culture that we all can kind of like, even like pop culture. These are all things that we can kind of like come together and embrace and love. Like Nicholas, you've been to a barbecue or two.
Oh yeah,
and when you hear the electric slide, it's not just the black people that get up.
Yeah.
It's not just the black people that get up and do it. Everybody gets along with them. Yeah.
And then you get the rhythm and you're like, yeah, okay. Dancing. I come from the rave scene, right? In New York City. So it's like, I get that fire in me. When I dance, I like to dance, And so when I see someone dancing and having fun, like, that's their dance, right? You know what I mean? That means, you know what? Why aren't you dancing? Like, seriously, it's like, at least they're doing something. At least they're like,
When I was in college, I dated this girl who was a raver.
Yeah.
She went, and it had to be one of the first.
You dated ravers?
Oh yeah. I want to say it was one of the first years at the Ultra Music Festival.
Okay.
And it was very like, this wasn't like when they used to, like, now they have like a couple rappers there and things like that. No, the Ultra Music Festival back then was rave, techno, just that type of stuff. People getting high, having fun, And I went to this thing with her. I was probably the only black guy there. Like, it's not even a question. Oh yeah.
Oh wow. The raves I used to go to were very diverse. New York City. Yeah.
Yeah. I can imagine in New York, but in Miami it was like mostly whites and Hispanics. Now it's completely different. It's very different. It's very diverse now.
Wow.
Back then, it was like, it was just whites and Hispanics there. And I went there. I had a blast, but it was just sitting there and going through this different culture that I didn't know about.
Mm-hmm.
but just learning about like the culture and the vibe and how people have fun.
Yeah.
And just kicking back and just enjoying it. It was a great time.
It's great. Yeah. But the thing about the rave culture, before we go on, I gotta say is that I met like cultures that I didn't even know existed. I learned so much.
I did
just
too.
because it was so deep in the so diverse. It was wild. All right. So Last Dragon dropped in 1985. Right in the sweet spot where hip hop was exploding, right? Motown was evolving, right? Kids were claiming Bruce Lee as their own. And for our generation, right? Why do you think this movie became such a quiet cornerstone? And, some people quote forever.
For multiple reasons. Because one of the things that you need for a great movie is two great characters to kind of focus on. And one's usually the hero, and the other is the villain. Like for every He-Man, there's a Skeletor. For every Superman, there's a Lex Luthor.
Yin and his yin, yeah.
Yeah.
No love without hate.
Yeah.
Sons of Man said it right.
And one of the things this movie does well is it gives you a great hero and a great villain. Well, great villains actually, because there's multiple villains.
Oh yeah. And then there's you can't forget the big villain. What's funny, I was watching this and it paused. There's something glitched with the stream and it glitched on this. Just kept on doing that over and over again.
He's a fantastic villain.
He's so hateable. He's so hateable.
He really is. And I want to say around this time he was a villain in like a lot of movies at this time.
Yeah. And he's yeah. Oh, because and it's weird because I've seen that guy growing up. You know what I mean? Going into the city at work. And that type of guy has evolved and it got worse in many ways. So, all right, Rotten Tomatoes give 58%. Do you agree?
Absolutely not.
What would you give it?
I think I would give it 85.
85? All right. 85. Yeah. All right.
I think it's a very good movie. It's a movie of its time. I think, especially back then, critics didn't understand culture.
True. They didn't understand hip hop.
They didn't understand hip hop. So a lot of movies like Crush Groove, Beat Street, Disorderly, and stuff like that we knew and loved back then, they didn't get because they thought hip hop was a fad. And this was a very hip hop centric, soul centric movie. And I don't think a lot of people got it. Like, unless you grew up in those type of inner city areas and you understood like the little tales that they have, like, the pizza shop that's in the hood that everybody knows and they go to, Daddy Green Pizza, that you can go just get pizza from. And hey, I only have $4. I know the pizza slice is $5, but I only got $4. I'll let you go by today. I'll go ahead and get it. Go just get some good grades. Everybody, those are touchstones of neighborhoods that people know and they can kind of relate to. And I think when you have that, critics can't understand that the same way that we do in terms of culture.
No, you're absolutely right. Now, where do you see? Would I give it? I would give it. I'd give it a solid 80. I'd give it a solid 80. It's extremely entertaining. It's very entertaining. It's there are a little. No, I'd probably give it an 85. 85. Yeah. Probably, yeah. Now that I think about it, it's extremely entertaining. It's a cultural touchstone of a movie too. Not only in my life, right, but in many people's lives, and also just in hip hop culture and even kung fu culture, right?
Yes.
And would you say black culture as well?
Of course, yes.
You know what I mean? It's like it's important. I think it's in
nerd culture. Let me ask you this, Nicholas. Have you ever been to like a Comic-Con or a place like that? Any type of
not a Comic-Con. I've been to many like events and conventions and stuff like of that nature, but not the Comic-Con. I've done a lot of hanging out in comic book stores, and in stores and in record stores.
I
count. No.
often when I go to like a Comic-Con or a type of place like that, like I always see somebody dressed as a Sho'Nuff
Oh yeah.
or Vanity.
Vanity.
It's like there's certain characters that people kind of just, and for those characters to kind of resonate to this day for a movie that's like 40 years old, like that means a lot. You know.
Well, I think a lot of it is Sho'Nuff. I mean, that entrance that he makes is pretty incredible. But I also like the musings.
Awaits eyes, unclouded by ambition. Those who are bound by desire see only that which can be held in their hands.
See, now it's mumbo jumbo like that.
Now, are you ever I've done that before, and I think I learned it from this movie. Like, if anyone's messing with me, I'll just start saying like really deep thoughts, right? To make it be like, what? And it calms them down. It's calm presence.
What a great scene that is. Because it shows the juxtaposition of both characters. And it goes back to what I was saying, how Sho'Nuff's crew is very not only androgynous, but they are very like diverse. Like you see like the guys and the girls back there, like, nah, we are talking and shouting and back, like, oh, they both like are ready to fight, ready to go.
Yeah, I want to see this beginning again. Look at them. Yeah.
You see the jacket, the style.
Yeah.
The style.
Oh, did you notice the shoulder pads get bigger throughout the movie?
Yeah,
I got a whole bunch of Nick notes. These are like the heavy questions, and then we'll get into like the really loose ones. So okay, Sho'Nuff, played by Julius Carry, is larger than life.
Yes.
Rappers have channeled him for decades. Busta Rhymes specifically in the Dangerous video. What is it about that character Sho'Nuff? The costume, is it the voice, the Who's the Master, that feels so hip hop?
Because he's a rebel.
Yeah.
He goes against the grain. Like everything he does is against the grain. Like even the way he defines masculinity. In terms of like he's a very androgynous character.
Yes.
But he's manly with it. He's not like,
and who's the prettiest?
Yes. See, that's not a thing that you would normally hear guys like say like if you're like walking into a street gang, like you're walking up to the Bloods of Crip, you wouldn't expect the Crip to be like, who's the prettiest? but it works with Sho'Nuff because
totally.
He has this kind of swagger to him. Like a Harlem dude almost. Like, you know, anytime you like think of like Cameron and
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah. The fashion they have, like Cameron used to wear the pink polos and stuff like that. And like you didn't think Cameron wasn't masculine. You're like, well, that's Cameron. That's just his style, and it's kind of the same kind of swag.
All right, let's be whimsical for a second, right?
Okay.
If they remade this, if Cameron made this,
okay,
produced it and like flipped it, right? And he's Sho'Nuff. Like he's the villain. Cool. He's the bad.
That'd be pretty cool.
Wouldn't he just shoot people?
Oh yeah, 100%. I don't know. I'm trying to think. Could you?
Like, I don't want to.
I know at one point there was talks of doing a sequel to this. I know at one point even Tanek was talking about doing a spiritual successor to this movie.
Yeah.
So
I think they should. I love stuff like that. It doesn't always work, the spiritual successors to the movies, but yeah, do it. Why not? All right. So as someone who's like not as deep in the BDSM community as I am, how do you think Sho'Nuff would do in the BDSM world?
Oh, he do great. He's a dom. He's definitely a dom. He's 100% a dom.
There would be like consent issue. He can't go into like the dungeon and just start like he did in that theater.
let me ask you a question.
Sure.
Let's play around with a little bit this with it.
Let's play around. All right.
Do you think Sho'Nuff's bisexual?
Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
I think he has that energy.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he would be into that. Yeah, he kind of has that energy with him. and it's kind of a cool swagger with it.
Yeah, I think he's more, but he's like it's almost like with him, he's got this kind of glow, for lack of a better word, that it's like it's not even the definition of what is bisexual, heterosexual, homosexual. That's not even that's even below his pay grade to even care about that. You know?
Correct.
You know what I mean? Yeah. All right, Bruce Leroy. Bruce Leroy is earnest. He's almost pure martial arts monk in a pizza shop, right? Too pure. Yeah, he's searching for the glow the whole time. Let me ask you this, Delvin. What does the glow mean to you?
Purpose. I think that's the whole purpose of this movie in a sense. He's looking to define who he is without realizing who he is good enough. Like his whole search to find the master and the glow and be the best that he can be, when all he had to really do, all he really had to do was apply himself to kind of reach that kind of potential. And I think the whole movie of him trying to find the master and going through this whole spiritual journey of who the master, to find out who the master is. He and the whole movie, that's the whole point of the movie. He's trying to find out who the master is. The Sho'Nuff, the Shogun of Harlem is on this whole journey of like, hey, they tell me you're the best. I want to beat the best. And Bruce Leroy is kind of like, I'm not into that. I'm trying to find out who I am, to the point where he has to realize that I have to fight to protect my family. And all along, I've had the ability to be the master because that is who I am. And I think that's a really good message to display, to say the least. I think that's a really cool way to kind of tell this story. I think there's a lot of things in it. I love the characters. I love the movie so much for that, at least.
Yeah. Who has the glow in your life?
That's a great question. If I was talking about people who have the potential to do great but haven't discovered it yet, I'd probably say my son. My son has a lot of Bruce Leroy in him. The energy of,
all right.
He's innocent, he's sweet, he's kind, he's good. He doesn't quite know where he fits in the world yet as a 20-year-old man. He's trying to learn himself and find himself. But once he finds himself, he's going to do great things, I think.
At the glow, this is how, in the beginning, kind of talks about it.
Said that when you reached the final level, you would know it by the appearance of a supplying glow all over your body. Come, Leroy. Get up.
I feel that in many ways. After the liver transplant, right? I worked so hard just to stay alive, man.
I remember.
And even through that, like, I mean, it was through COVID. The woman I was living with was suffering from mental illness. It was a nightmare writing about it, stuff like that. But one thing I always thought, that there are certain people in this world who have this glow. I call it the light. I call it the old light. I sent you a song by Pace Rock called The Old Light. I recommend everybody check it out. But there's certain people in the world who just kind of shine. You know what I mean? And their goodness just kind of shines within them. It's not about God. Maybe it is. I don't know. But it's not about a certain kind of race, class, religion, or anything like that. It's just there's just a artistic kind of beauty, goodness that just shines within them, man. And I noticed that, and you see that, and especially after a near-death situation. Wow, I see things.
World.
Yeah.
That no matter.
So I see it in you. I see it in you. Like, seriously, when I was sick, I seriously, like, when I was sick and I'm going through, and I remember that show we did all about hip hop. We were talking. Oh my God, you let me talk forever. I don't know how you edited that. But seeing you and listening to your show and stuff like that, when I was sick, just the fact that I knew you and I was friends with you, like, and you were doing something, like that, man, that's the glow you got inside you. And I recognize that. So let's talk about the soundtrack.
Before we move on, though, I have to address this because I think you need to talk. You're selling yourself short. as a person,
I was on myself short.
Yes, because a person who went through the things and the trials and tribulations that you went through, and you're on the other side of that. There's a glow in that. There's an energy in that. There's a resilience in that. There's a strength and a survival in that. And it's inspirational that you came through what you came through the past relationships, what was going on there, and having to deal with that, and not in a negative way, but you were dealing with somebody who was mentally ill. And that's a lot. To your struggles in life and your time when you kind of feel at your darkest moment, like, damn, can I make it till tomorrow? To where you're at now. That takes perseverance, and that takes a certain type of glow, and not everybody can have that. Some people check out before that, and and now look at you now. You look great. You look fantastic. You're glowing.
Thank you. Thank you.
And you should be commended for that, man. It's great that you're still here when there's so many.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your kind words of recognizing that. I truly appreciate it. That means a lot from you, man. It means a lot to me. Thank you. All right, let's get into the music. Soundtrack stack. The Barges, Rhythm of the Night. The Stevie, the Smokey. There's Witches Hunts, the Glow. It's Berry Gordy's fingerprints. Yeah. All over.
All over.
All over. How much does the music elevate the movie from the fun cult film to something else?
A lot. When I think of movies where music help it and elevate it to that next level, I think of 3 off the top of my head. And 3 of these movies happen to be my favorite movies. Back to the Future 1.
Mm-hmm.
Transformers the movie, 86 one, the cartoon one.
Yeah, the cartoon one. Yes. Important distinction.
And this one, because the movie and the soundtrack of the movie helps drive the story. Like as you go into it's almost like an opera, like operatic with how the music drives you to each scene.
It's practically a musical in many ways. It's practically a musical. I'm surprised it's not a musical. They've never produced it into a Broadway musical. And they're producing Nas is going to produce Beach Street to a musical. Why aren't they producing this one?
That's a good idea. By the way.
You know what I noticed though? There. I don't have the clip of it, but this woman with her outfit. Whatever that. Did you notice her song that she does, which is basically a very bubblegum, ultra kinky pop song, right?
Yeah.
I want to say kinky, over sexual, and there's always a very overtly sexual song that's in the charts, somewhere, sometime, right? I mean, this nails it. This is like right on the money, because there's songs like this that I hear recently that are like brand new.
And the funny thing about it is it's a great song, and if I remember correctly, it's not on the soundtrack.
Isn't it? It's not. Oh my god, I didn't know that.
It's not on the soundtrack.
Wow. Yeah, it was like, and Vanity was like, no, turn it, or like when it turned it, or was it Vanity or Sho'Nuff was. It's basically like the bad song in the movie, but it's a great song. It's a great song.
It's a really great song.
It is. All right, the theater scene. If you think about it, that had me thinking the whole time. I mean, afterwards, like way afterwards, always thinking about that theater scene. It's brilliant. You're in the theater, and then there's I love it when there are movie theater scenes in the movie. You know what I mean? And I think this took it to a whole, and that kind of made it a classic. Because it knows that it knows what it is. It knows it's a movie. You know what I mean? It's having fun with it. And so the theater scene where Sho'Nuff crashes the Enter the Dragon screening in chaos. It feels like a meta moment. So what does the scene say to you about fandom? Respect, claiming space, because that's what he's doing. Sho'Nuff is taking their space.
I love how the scene played out in terms of Sho'Nuff coming in And yes, Enter the Dragon is playing on the theater and things like on the screen and stuff like that, which is a big moment. And Sho'Nuff, because Sho'Nuff is Sho'Nuff, has to make everything about himself. So people are in here just watching this movie, and he has to do the whole theatrics of him coming into a movie theater. Yeah. And everybody stopping. Who's the master? Sho'Nuff. People are trying to watch this movie. Like, you know, just think about the whole idea of people trying to watch this movie.
I know. Nowadays, with ticket prices, if this happened in a movie theater, oh my God.
Yes.
The guns would come out.
and the thing about it is, what's great about this scene is it kind of plays out that way. And when you talk about fandom and stuff like that, like he's talking to Bruce Leroy and stuff like that. And it's not that Bruce Leroy stops him. It's the people in the theater like, hey, shut up. We're watching a movie. Yeah. and that's how that would play out. And then he challenges the theater and this is fandom going back to try to reclaim their space. And that's the way Bruce Leroy was able to leave, because Sho'Nuff, as bad as Sho'Nuff, the Shogun of Harlem is, the people in the theater was like, no, you're not taking over this spot. We're trying to watch this movie. And a big brawl broke out because of it. And Bruce Leroy just like, I'm leaving. It's a great scene.
It is. And like it stays with you throughout like days afterwards. I kept on thinking about it. On how fun it was complicated, but fun it probably was to be there.
Yes. and the fun thing about that scene is it shows that Sho'Nuff is a capable fighter, but also in a weird way, it shows the people in the world are also capable fighters. Because in like a normal scene, like all Sho'Nuff fighters are martial arts and stuff like that. But because of the commotion in the theater and because of Sho'Nuff's actions, he couldn't fight Bruce Leroy. He was busy like fighting the crowd. So Bruce Leroy was just able to just up and leave. He was like, I ain't got nothing to do with this. He just left. It's a great scene.
Great scene. All right, Vanity plays Laura Charles, music video queen, independent, glamorous. First of all, how do you think she did as an actor?
She did amazing. And I'll tell you why she did amazing. Because Vanity at that time defined a sex symbol. There are people to this day who still go back to that movie and talk about how beautiful Vanity was and how she was their crush. Like he was like that was their crush.
Anything found by Prince.
Yes.
I mean, come on. It's beautiful.
Yes. She's absolutely gorgeous. And two, the way she's played in the movie, she's played as somebody who is kind of like a star type person, but she's so down to earth and humble. And it's kind of crazy because she's like the most beautiful person in the world, but she just likes this random martial artist who's just a nice, quiet guy who knows nothing about sex at all. Like he's just obtuse to everything. Like
that goes. So how does their romance and her presence land for you? I'm going to take myself out of this one.
I love the dichotomy of in this movie, which you don't have very often, the girl going after the guy, and the ideal of Vanity kind of seeing Bruce Leroy and thinking he's gorgeous or whatnot. And the whole movie, she's trying to meet up with him. One, because he's tough, he's a badass, and she thinks he can protect her and stuff like that because she's a celebrity. And two, because he's a good-looking, hot guy. And the ideal of the whole movie, she's chasing after him. And which is not a thing that often happens in movies where you have a female protagonist trying to chase after the male protagonist, the love interest. And in the movie, she gets what she wants in terms of like, hey, they become an item because they're kind of made for each other. And I think the idea of both characters kind of being vastly different but sharing a bond is really, really cool. There's a lot of aspects of this story that's really cool too. Like even the whole idea of the little brother who likes her also, but has all the style and swagger of a Harlem dude, but that's not what she wanted. Like, and also he's a bit too young for it. It's kind of a really cool vibe.
Yeah. Now, if you had to cast, right, a modern Shogun of Harlem for today's hip hop pop culture landscape, who gets the red glow in the armor? You talked about Cameron.
If you're gonna do it with modern people, I feel like at this point Busta Rhymes might be too old.
Yeah, but he would be great.
He would be great in the role.
Did you see him on the new? He has a new single out, Spaz.
Yes,
all Dilla beats. That's insane. That's
really good.
When I heard that,
if I would,
it was like the first time hearing Hoo Ha again. I was like, oh my god,
it's really good. It's really good. If I was to pick a modern person to play Sho'Nuff, I would probably pick ASAP Rocky.
Yeah, okay. He'd totally do it. Yeah. He'd be great at it.
He has the style.
He was excellent in that Spike Lee movie. Highest Lowest. Did you see that?
Yes. I did. He's excellent in that. He's actually really good in Odyssey too.
I did not see that yet. I want to see that.
He's really good in Odyssey.
What would you give an Odyssey? Rotten Tomatoes.
A 9. 9 out of 10.
90. Okay. All right.
Nice.
Yeah, Christopher Nolan never really goes wrong, does he?
Nah, he's very good. I think the Odyssey is a very well shot movie. It's really good. Excellent movie.
Who would be your Bruce Leroy?
Now this would be a lot harder to find.
Yeah.
Oh man, because you need somebody who has
Jordan, maybe Michael Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan would be a good choice.
Yeah, he'd probably do it.
He has the calmness behind him. Because you need
the Keith Stanfield would make a great Sho'Nuff.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah,
Stanfield, that would be really.
Oh my god, with a Boots Riley, right, directing it. Ooh. I bet Bruce Riley can get money to get people to produce a remake of, I don't know if he'd probably do it, but
that'd be really good. Yeah.
Yeah, and he'd make it all about like anti-capitalism. It'd be wonderful.
I'm trying to think. Who would be Vanity?
Yeah. Would it who would be Vanity? I don't know. That's a good question.
I feel like you'd have to have someone who knows how to sing.
Yeah, definitely.
Who would be Vanity? I think that's a very important role to cast.
Beyonce.
Yeah, that's the go-to for a lot of things. Beyonce.
But this is they would need. Yeah.
SZA.
Okay.
SZA probably be good.
All right. So, all right. When have you felt like you either had the glow or are you still looking for it?
I think I have the glow now.
I think you do too.
I think I'm at an age where I'm fully confident in who I am as a person and as a man. And
that's beautiful.
Yeah, it's a great feeling, honestly. Like,
it is.
Unfortunately, it came after like divorce and stuff like that. But I kind of
with you.
I tell people this all the time. Like, I kind of after my divorce, instead of like going out and like looking for another partner, I kind of took time to find myself. And in finding myself, it made me more confident in who I am and things I like and things I don't like. And I appreciate that now as a man who I am today. I am a lot more open to a lot more things and conversations, and I'm able to analyze things and not be judgmental and things like that because I'm more worldly than I ever been.
I feel you. I feel the same way, and I feel thankful that I have the chance to grow like that. Seriously, because if there are many paths I could have taken, that I would be dead.
Because frankly speaking, I'm a kid. I'm an 80s, 90s kid. I grew up on hip hop. I grew up on hip hop, rap. DMX, one of my favorite rappers. Like misogyny was a big part of hip hop culture at the time.
It was. Oh my God, corrupt.
Yeah. So when you grow up and become a man, you start to understand like, okay, there are certain elements of this part of life that we can't take with us. And we have to grow and learn from those things. And you have to learn that, okay, what, even though you may have come from the streets or street culture, you keep elements of that with you, but you also have to become a man and understand, like, hey, it's what you leave behind for future generations that's important, and what you understand and the confidence you have in yourself. Even now, the confidence I have in myself in terms of like, I'm a grown man. I love arcade cabinets. I have arcade cabinets. I like Marvel. I like martial arts films. So now I kind of adapt myself to things I like. Everything in my house is things I like, and people I want to talk to are people I want to talk to. I'm friends with you.
Like what you like. That's one thing I learned, man. Go where the love is.
Yeah. I'm friends with you because you're unique and you're diverse and you are unapologetically who you are. Like, you're like, hey, people like, hey, you do a show, you're kinky friends, and people hear that and think, oh, wow, this is sex positive. Like, no. At the same time, I'm like, this is a human being who has other things. Sex is great. People act like people try to hide it in the shadows, but sex is a great, amazing, beautiful thing. And learning yourself through sex is awesome. And I think I celebrate the fact that you do a show celebrating that. And I also
I'm very proud of your kinky friend. Thank you.
Yes. And I also celebrate the fact that you're now showing that, hey, I do this, but I also love movies. I'm a layered person. I think that's really dope that you're showing that. I always knew that. You're a hip hop head. I always knew that about you, but I'm glad the world gets to see that now.
It's funny that shout out to Mistress Ruby Lynx. She fucks with Wu-Tang Clan. Yeah.
Damn right.
Shout out to her. All right, this movie is that perfect 80s tonal whiplash, right? So it's earnest philosophy 1 second, pure camp the next, right?
Yes.
Do you think that's why it kind of endures for us? Like, while cleaner, more serious kung fu movies sometimes fade.
I think that's exactly why. I think I'll give you a perfect example. I'm gonna give you a perfect example. Mortal Kombat movie, right?
Yeah.
They just remade 1 and 2 recently. People like them, but they don't talk about them like they talk about the original one, the original Mortal Kombat movie that came out in 1995.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't have the same campiness and fun of it. Like even the original Street Fighter movie from the 90s. People don't think it's a great movie, but people love that movie because of the campiness of it. Sometimes campiness works, like Raul Julia, Big M. Bison. People always quote that movie from that. Jean-Claude Van Damme, who is a Belgian action star, playing an American soldier named Guile. It's really cool that sometimes camp works, man. It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
It's something really cool about just going, like, perfect example, Nicholas, and I think you should watch this movie. Have you seen the new Masters of the Universe movie?
No, I was just thinking about that because the original one, the canon one, was like not really received well, but because of the campiness, we still have so much reverence for it.
Yes, and this movie, the new one, is great because it leans into the campiness of who He-Man is.
Really?
Like
I gotta ask this: is there like homoeroticism in there?
Oh yeah, 100%. The two of the heroes are literally called Fisto and Ram Man.
Yes, I remember. As a kid, I had He-Man figures, and I think I didn't have Fisto, but I had Ram Man.
Yes, and they talk about it often in the movie, and it's very funny.
I wonder if that has like affected my kinks.
Maybe. I've always said that He-Man, as a show that's supposed to be very masculine, is also very androgynous. Like,
incredibly.
He-Man, hey, this is a show we're showing the boys, but every man in the show is big, muscle bound, and half naked.
And shirtless.
Shirtless in these short shorts. And the bad guy,
I know some of them have like big porno mustaches.
Yes, and the bad guy is this sassy, androgynous bad guy who just sits there and sasses his the Skeletor is like,
He's catty. All right.
Very petty.
Riz, all right, let's get back. Oh my God, we got some stuff to do. It's so good though. I love this movie. RZA, Busta, LMFAO, all reference the Glow, right? Even nod to The Last Dragon. Why do you think The Last Dragon has this particular staying power in hip hop?
I think because, like me, a lot of these guys were kids when this movie came out, are very young, and they remember how awesome it was, and it just resonates with them. Like the whole idea of this guy just being this kind of, it's almost like a soup. Like back then, we didn't have like black superhero movie. There wasn't no Black Panther movie back then. So this was our Black Panther at the time. This was our superhero movie, like stuff like this.
And I have to admit, back then, I had a crush on a black girl, and this was like a because movies are a ticket into like personality, into like getting into introduction. This was like a conversation piece, and we watched the movie together, and that was it's a cultural bridge.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah,
and I think this is important to add to this.
Sure.
Who was your first interracial crush?
Oh, I think it was on the Cosby Show. I think it was on Lisa Bonet on the Cosby Show. I think it was
a good one.
Her. And then I saw Angel Heart. I was in CCD. My mom used to make me go to CCD, right? And they're all talking about, and I love movies. I want to contribute to the class or whatever. I wasn't paying attention to the class at all, but I knew this movie was about like religion, so I had Angel Heart. I saw. Did you ever see Angel Heart? Lisa Bonet and that. Well, I took it to my CCD teacher, thinking that would be good to show the class, and she's like, "No, insane." But yeah, Lisa Bonet always. She's magical. She's magical, magically beautiful, talented, incredibly, amazing.
I remember when I was a kid, it was two. Debbie Gibson and Madonna. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Madonna.
Yeah, I was a kid and I was like, oh.
Rolling around on the floor with that wedding dress with those garter belts. Yeah.
I think it was it had to be like around the era of like Borderline and stuff like that. I think I saw video of like
a virginity.
Yeah. I was like, this is one of the most beautiful ones I've ever seen in my life as a kid. I was like, this is, and it always stuck with me. Like, oh, Madonna's amazing.
And of course, your kinky friends, we have beautiful black women all over my show. Oh my God.
Yes.
Seriously.
Gorgeous women.
Please go to your kinky friends. And shout out to everybody. The Locks. I have a note here. The Locks. You know why I put the note here? The Locks. I'll tell you why. I put the notes here because I found a podcast where the Locks dissect The Last Dragon with like I think they're neighbors who are like two 18-year-old Jewish kids.
That's great.
It's wild. It's I'd highly recommend check it out. But the generation, it's a perfect document, right, of the generation divide between the movie and how, because they think of it's like they don't see the importance because of the generation. Just like the generation now doesn't see like the importance of it takes a nation of millions to hold us back, or you know what I mean, or even Illmatic. You know, the power of Rated 9 Illmatic.
Or Jay-Z in general.
Oh, yeah, exactly. When Reasonable Doubt came out, he was unstoppable. You know? There's
the whole conversation going on now with hip-hop where people, the younger generation is like, why is Jay-Z so important? He's not better than Drake. I'm like, oh, you just don't know how important Jay-Z is.
He doesn't have to act or perform better than Drake. He's
Jay-Z.
Oh man, yeah. I listen to Jay-Z still for inspiration whenever I want to get money minded. Actually, I feel he makes me feel like okay, I can make money. I can smart. It gets that whole theme. You know,
I agree.
Yeah. All right. If a young creator, right, if a young creator today wanted to make something. With the same spirit, genre matchup, cultural pride, fun without apology. What should they steal from The Last Dragon?
The androgyny.
Should they steal this?
Yes.
The androgyny.
Yes.
The androgyny.
I say that because one of the things that make The Last Dragon so cool is that everyone felt on equal footing. Like there was no, like every character felt like, okay, this, like I said, the women felt just as badass as the men. The men felt just as gorgeous and flamboyant as the women did. It was just such a unique world. I like the fact that you can build a world where almost like, I don't think it was intentional, but it kind of was. It's kind of a gender neutral world of The Last Dragon almost.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, there's no
so much that the bad guy, Eddie Arkadian, he feels like he's great, but he's also a bad guy because he feels out of place for it. Like when he starts talking down to his girlfriend, it's like, oh, that's why people are like, you're a creep. Like it's like, and it's because it's because everybody else in the movie respects her except him.
Yeah.
Like everybody like talking to her properly. Like even Sho'Nuff is like, and he's like the bad guys. It's kind of showing her respect, except Eddie Arkadian. It's like, oh, he feels out of place doing it, but it makes sense for the movie.
And what's wild that the more I know about the record industry, because I was in PR, I was in marketing. I make some music myself, and I know a lot of people. This is a tale as old as time. As like this whole basically trying to destroy someone or for the other person's career, which is that guy is feeding people to piranhas.
Yes.
for that woman's career. All right, so after all these years, who's got the glow in 2026 culture? More importantly, who's the master? I'm gonna take myself out for this one.
That is a great question. Who has the glow? And more importantly, who's the master? I think if you want to ask who's the master, I think the master is you. I think this is the perfect time with everything going on for you to find who yourself is and take over your destiny. I know times are hard right now for people. People are going through a lot of things. But what better time than now to kind of take life by the reins and kind of reel things in, and doing things that's your passion, that's your love, like my friend Nicholas does with Your Kiki Friends, and this whole universe that he does is amazing. It's time, like the cool thing about this generation is it's the easiest time to go after whatever passion you want to, whether it's hip hop, movies, music, culture. You can do all that stuff now if you want to. Podcasting. But you have to want to go for it. So who has the glow and who has the culture is you. You have to take the time and follow your passions to make whatever dream that you may have come true. And I believe in you. Keep it up.
Thank you. Right on. We got this scene at the end.
Ain't this beautiful, huh? I love it. I love it.
Now he's like, "This is theater. This is theater." Think about it. I'm automatically taken back to the gladiator times when there's this like some emperor and he's got some woman, like
Yes.
and he's having other people fighting. He's having it's so it's a lot deeper than people, the special effects, the red glow that he has. How does that land with someone who loves special effects, who loves all the movies with special effects, who understands how they age and everything like that? How do you think this lands with you?
I think it's really cool because it shows the juxtaposition of good and evil.
Mhm.
Like Sho'Nuff, he was driven by power and a lust for hunger, like to be the best. And because puts out this negative energy. He like glows bright red.
Yeah.
And Bruce Leroy, because he's pure of heart and almost unsure of himself until his darkest hour, when he finally gets his glow, is kind of like bright green.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a really cool. I like the way that when they fight, it's kind of like these flashes and sparks. Like it's almost like lightning striking when they punch each other. It's a really cool effect back then at least, because you didn't really do that then.
And like, so something like this, right? I've watched so many movies and stuff like that. I would normally be taken out and be like, "Oh, that's cheesy. Oh, that's corny." I love the movie Hellraiser. I think the movie Hellraiser is great, but the last like 10 minutes of the movie, they're shooting laser beams and they look incredibly cheesy.
Yeah.
With all the blood and gore that looks real.
Yeah.
You're like that.
It takes you out of it a little bit, yeah.
Right? This didn't at all. I was on board with it, and what I think that was very interesting about that red glow and all the special effects with the green glow and the red glow is that there's a subtle cheesiness to it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And it's like it knows it's a little cheesy, but it just makes it just enough, and that's why. So it's not that distracting, and you feel it. You go with it.
And the cool thing about it is, the movie tells you it's going to happen. Like throughout the movie, the whole purpose of telling you, hey, you got to reach these guys are trying to reach their potential. You're going to see the glow. You're going to see the glow, and then you get the glow.
All right. Do you have a favorite scene?
The scene after that, when Leroy finally reaches his potential.
Okay.
And he grabs his hand. He says, "He says, who's the master?" He says, "I am." And it doesn't. And this is how because I love music. This is a perfect intro into music production, and how well when he says the "I am" and you get the "You are the last dragon." You put it crescendos at the perfect point in the scene where you're like, okay, this is, and it gets you up hype, and you see all these things happening, and then he's fighting Sho'Nuff, and he beats Sho'Nuff, and then you have this other scene where Eddie Arkadian sees the battle, and of course he's the slimy jerk bad guy. He shoots Bruce Leroy, and you're like, oh crap! He shoots him, and then if you weren't paying attention to the movie early in the movie, when it was like the legend of Bruce Leroy catching bullets with his teeth, you're like, that can't be real. Then you have this scene where Bruce Leroy, the music slowly pans out, and you think Bruce Leroy's shot, hurt, or dead at worst case scenario, and Eddie Arkadian is walking over him to gloat and stuff like that, and he kicks him over. He kicks him over, and then you see Bruce Leroy holding the bullet with his teeth, and it's glowing, and the music crescendos back to the same kind of cadence of The Last Dragon, and he starts kicking Eddie Arkadian's butt. It's an amazing scene that's meant to and draw in you as a fan to make you yes, this is the moment we want to see this guy who we've been rooting for this whole movie to reach his full potential, and he's finally there, and he kicks the bad guy's butt. And it's a great moment, fantastic moment in the movie.
Mm-hmm. My favorite scene is the movie Seer, personally, but I fell for it. Yeah, I just fell for it. The opening too, when he walks in. Favorite lines. My favorite line. Pretty. I gotta play it. Oh wait, no, that's not this one. Oh wait, I took it out. I think I took it out. Yeah, wait.
Am I the meanest? Sure enough. Am I the prettiest? Sure enough. Am I the baddest mofo low down around this town? Sure enough.
Why isn't that a hip hop song? That could be just a chorus.
That should be. That is probably the greatest line in the movie. Another great line at the end of the movie when he's going to see Vanity and he's dressed in the outfit and stuff, and he's like, I want you to show me your moves. And the music cuts out and she hears him. It's a great awkward scene that kind of shows you who this character is, because he's very naive about things, and it's a really great scene.
Cat Williams.
That's a good one.
Yeah. He's got that Cat Williams energy. All right. Oh, it's time for Nick Notes. Let's see what I wrote. All right. Let's see what I wrote. Fan question. Ask him if this movie makes him dominant in a relationship. Yeah. So I was talking to people about you, Delvin. Do you think this movie gives you dominant energy because you makes you dominant in a relationship?
It helps. I think I'm
Yeah.
a very fluid person when it comes to relationships, especially when it comes with women and how they want to be treated. Like, women, sometimes you got to be assertive, and sometimes you got to let women have control. So,
All right. So I had Photon that talked about that old movie theater experience of the 80s. All right. Let's talk about the old movie theater experience of the 80s for a second. It's not like today.
Oh, I have stories.
Oh my God. Like there was, first of all, the floors was sticky. It was like a social hangout. It was cheaper. It was much less expensive. I miss the movies. I miss those times.
When I was a kid, because I'm a kid, I'm a kid of a parent. My dad, my mom got divorced when I was like 6 years old. And the interesting thing about it is because my dad kind of felt bad about it and he wanted to be in our lives, what he would do was he would take us to the movie theaters like every Saturday, right? We'd go there at 10 a.m. and we'd leave when the movie theater closes. And we'd go to theater hop to
every theater. Yeah.
Every theater and watch.
I did that with my grandfather.
Yes, we watch everything. That's how I got to see so many movies like The Breakfast Club, Mannequin 1 and 2, or Mannequin on the Loose. We watched everything that was there. Any movie that was there, we'd watch it. And it was a really cool experience because, I got to sit there. I told my dad, I said, a lot of my childhood memories is going to that theater and watching movies that I never probably would have watched as a kid on my own. Like Mannequin. I know the movie Mannequin because of my dad. Police Academy, stuff like that. We just go there and see because we just had a movie theater all day. I remember the movie theaters on Mind Beach called Byron Carlisle Movie Theaters. I think it might still be there.
I used to go to see, I didn't see this there, but I remember it was playing there. Amboy Multiplex Cinema in Perth Amboy, South Amboy, New Jersey. There are videotapes of people like breaking in the theater because it was abandoned for like 20 years. I wrote a book called Your Kinky Friends, and it takes place and it mentions that whole theater, that whole circle. There's like a weird fugitive hotel and a methadone clinic right near it. And it was a multiplex. It was like endless. And they added on to it and just kept on going and going. And even some of the theaters only had like maybe 10 seats, maybe not even. You know what I mean? But some of them were huge. Some of them were gigantic. And I'd go there every week. Every week, I as a kid, my grandfather would have to take me. So that's like going to the theater. That's what really influenced, I guess. Now I'm thinking of realizing it now. Very influential to this show. You know what I mean? So that's what kept me going. So we're back to Nick notes. Let's hear. Oh, I got some notes. Hold on. Some dumb goy. That was great.
Yeah.
The electric bass pop music, the movie theater, Sho'Nuff. He was eating popcorn with chopsticks.
I saw somebody doing something similar to that recently.
Really?
Yeah, they were eating I think it was actually popcorn. It was like popcorn. People do this is the thing now. I don't know if it came from this movie or not, but they eat things that are like like mess up your hands, but like chopsticks and stuff like that.
The meat had blue spots on it. The meat he fed to the piranhas. William H. Macy's in this movie.
I forgot he's in this movie. Yeah.
What the heck do you mean? Vanity. I found a place. Seventh Heaven. I feel like I'm at the mall. Yeah, I felt like I was at the mall halfway through the movie. Here's a note. This movie needs more piranha. If this movie was made today, there'd be guns. Beauty and perfection is our life.
Oh,
can that be taken the wrong way? So here, the beauty is perfection is our life. He's teaching kids, right? He's like meditation, kung fu, and stuff like that. And he says, "I'm sitting there with sunshine," and the one of the things he says, "Beauty and perfection is our life." Can that be taken the wrong way, Delvin?
It can be, but it depends on what you define beauty in.
That's true. Good point.
like I look at the world as beautiful. I look at things in the world can be beautiful. I think anything can be beautiful. You put a nice ring to it, like whether it's a beautiful woman. And I think they're like when it comes to women and beauty comes in all shapes and sizes.
All shapes and sizes.
Yes, when it comes to a beautiful man, when it comes to looking outside the world and seeing like for example, the streets of New York are beautiful. And what I mean by that is like just walking around, seeing the culture, hearing people talk, just seeing how busy the streets are. But then there's also a beauty like in the country.
What's wild, David Cross has a great bit about New York, and it really sums it up. Like you could be walking down the street, Manhattan, and see this magnificently beautiful woman, but you're distracted because just if you just turn your head for a second, there's something insane in front of you. Someone's doing something, It's like, it's like that all the time. All right, if you Nick Notes, we're still in the Nick
I have
Notes.
a question.
All right. Yeah.
So
what's up?
I almost forgot to mention this when you were talking about this is William H. Macy's one of his first movies.
Mm-hmm.
You know who else we forgot to mention? Whose the actual first movie this is?
Chaz Palminteri? Is that?
That's a good guess. Ernie Reyes Jr.
Really?
Yes, he's the kid.
Wow.
Now, if you don't know, people don't know Ernie Reyes Jr. is. He is a well-known martial artist. He's also, I want to say, he played Donatello in the Ninja Turtles movie in the '90s. He's been in like a ton of movies, like a well-known martial artist.
He pretty much stole the show. That kid.
Yes,
that kid is so badass. And I'm the little brother of the family. I have 2 older brothers, and like every time I see like that spirit of that kid is in me when I talk to him.
Yeah, he's done like a lot. Like look up Ernie Reyes Jr. People. You will like be surprised. Like, he's been in a lot of stuff.
And he does. He's with Sho'Nuff, is pretty much steals the movie. But like this kid, he's incredible. It makes it an ensemble cast. All right, Nick Notes. I love this line. See the courtesy. I just love that. All right, Sho'Nuff raised the dog, and all I was thinking is like all this testosterone. And his little brother, how old is that kid? How old is the kid supposed to be in the movie?
I think it's gonna be like 14.
40, yeah. I never buy tickets. He's sneaking into it's a movie, and they're sneaking into I love it. Dirty boy, the evil white people pop music, and once again, BDSM and sexual expression is the scapegoat. Did you notice that?
Yes,
right, because the music's all about kink and not kink, but just overtly sexual.
Yeah.
Here's a question: why do they keep grabbing Vanity's face?
That's a good question.
And Sho'Nuff, Sho'Nuff visits the pizzeria and destroys it. That's black on black crime. It's messed up.
That is definitely.
The Wu-Tang Roots. Oh my God, this is and they've expressed this on how I think they probably even sampled this on the records.
Yes.
We can't forget about Wu-Tang. Wu-Tang is for the children, Devin.
Yes.
So this was interesting. As someone who's been in HR and staffing, they're doing resumes for murderers. And then what was the other name? The name one was named Beast.
I can't remember. I almost forgot about that scene. And I think it's a really cool Enter the Dragon type scene where Eddie Arkadian gets all these like this super villains together to take down Bruce Leroy.
Mm-hmm.
And they all got different names. They all have like these different abilities and stuff like that. And Bruce Leroy goes in there trying to be the badass with nothing but like nunchucks and throwing stars.
It's funny in the kink community. There's people who like take different names. You'd be surprised. I'm sure there's someone named Beast out there. Beast Man, the Beast
definitely.
Beauty, Beast
Definitely.
Beast, the Beast Master. I'm sure it's it did good for them. It's great. You do you, man. I love it. Is this making fun of Cyndi Lauper or Julie Brown from MTV? Cause I'm a blonde. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Or what about Annie Potts? Earth Girls or Easy Style?
I
Doesn't it
think
ring a
it's
bell?
making fun because this is
Or
a Barry
celebrating
Gordy movie. I think this is because it's a Barry Gordy film. I think it's making fun of that music that's popular at the time.
Yeah.
And I think
That's his
kind of-
money. They're buying those records. Oh, they're taking money away from him.
Yeah, and I think that's why the bad guy Eddie Arkadian's girlfriend sung that music, and they were like, "Oh, this is bad." It's not bad. It's because it didn't have like it's pop. It's pop music,
Yeah.
and I think that's kind of just their take of kind of just making fun of that kind of feel.
All right. Does she have a license plate on her butt?
Yeah, she does.
Okay. Does Sho'Nuff's shoulder pads get bigger?
Yes, they do. As the movie goes on, they get bigger and more flamboyant.
Okay. And does Sho'Nuff has anger issues. I mean, seriously, we all know someone who's, we just can't take them to a party because they're gonna...
He definitely has anger issues. And I think it's just he's driven. He has one purpose. And it's funny because his whole purpose is as the story tells that he's supposed to be the baddest guy in Harlem, but they keep telling him, no, this guy over here is better than you. Like imagine being Magic Johnson and somebody's telling you, you know what, you're great, but Michael Jordan's better. Like you're being like, and I think he was at the point where he got tired of hearing that this guy who he never sees do anything is better than him. Like,
here's a question: are the Asians racist with their dialogue?
No,
They're not. Okay,
and I'll tell you why.
Please.
I think they were being portrayed as Asian people who lived in the inner city who hung around black people. And then anybody like, New York and Miami has this in common. When you live in the inner city, you live around people who are multicultural. And sometimes people of those different races pick up on those cultures. Like, Asian Americans start picking up on black slang and black culture and listen to hip hop. Latinos in Miami start picking up on black slang and hip hop and stuff like that. It's because they grew up around the area. So they start saying, oh, the cool black guys over there saying it, so I'm going to say it because we grew up around them. And they've been friends with them. Like Fat Joe's a perfect example of that. Fat Joe has grown up around nothing but black people. And he talks like it every time.
Mm-hmm. One of my favorite scenes too, and I think it stays with me. Like, and so is Styles P's favorite scene too, when the computer makes fortune cookies. So, did this predict AI YouTube videos of affirmations?
I think it did. That's a good point. That's a very good point.
A lot of you people are out there. You're going on YouTube and you just need you either sleep or you wake up in the morning and you need someone to say, you know what, you are the master, you are the sky, not the storm.
Do you like fortune cookies?
I love fortune cookies. Who doesn't love a cookie?
I love fortune cookies. They are so great, but at the same time, I feel like if I eat more than one, I'm cheating. I wish I could just buy the fortune cookie without the fortune in it
and just start eating them. Oh my God, we can make our own fortune. We could make our own fortune cookie, Delvin Cox. Make a YKF Cinema fortune cookie, right? That you eat while you watch movies. Right? Different flavors.
What if you made the fortune cookie and each one of the messages for little kinks?
Yes. Spank the person next to you.
Yes,
with consent. With consent.
We can make money off of this. This is a good idea.
Yes, do it. And different flavors. You can have cheese flavored fortune cookies, like nacho cheese flavor.
I like it.
Aged white cheddar fortune cookies.
Your
Gouda
cookies.
Your cookie. Each cookie has a fortune. We should go into business. Yes, definitely. I
like this idea.
All right, back to the Nick notes. All right, whipping him with the chain. Whoa,
that was Yeah, it's a great
Have
scene.
you ever seen anybody whipped with a chain in person?
I don't think I have. I'm trying to think. Like, no, I don't think I have.
It's funny because I am literally looking at a chains. I have chains in my bedroom.
You have chains in your bedroom. I would have never guessed it.
Yeah. They're they're important. They're consensual chains. That's
Of course.
that's important to say. All right, Nick notes. A little breakdancing as as he beats the crap out of everybody.
Yes. Who doesn't break dance and beat the crap out of people?
And if you think about it, Barry Gordy, you make a movie, it's production to sell records, soundtracks, careers start off of movie soundtracks and stuff like that. It's brilliant. The battle, the balls. It's a metaphor. White side holding holding the woman hostage, loves it when two black men fight. It's a metaphor for exploitation. Think about it.
Yes, I think it is. That's great call.
Yeah, trivia. Denzel Washington auditioned for both Leroy and Sho'Nuff. Wesley Snipes and Lawrence Fishburne also lobbied for Leroy.
Interesting.
Carl Weathers and Billy D. Williams were considered for Sho'Nuff.
Wow.
Whitney Houston auditioned for the role of Laura Charles, eventually played by Vanity.
I gotta say, out of all those picks that you said, Whitney Houston kind of would have made sense.
Whitney Houston would be perfect. Yeah, now that I think about it. Critics largely panned it, but audiences loved it. Made roughly $10 million. It made on a $10 million budget. It grossed $33 million and has become a full-blown cult classic, especially thanks to heavy cable and home video play. It was always on, like you said.
You know what the funny thing about it is?
Yeah.
It made double and then it's a low-budget movie. It made its money and then some, and people were like, "This movie failed." It did not fail.
If you know anything about business, this was a success. I mean,
a massive success.
Yeah, it did the purpose of what it was supposed to do.
Yes.
You know what I mean, for everybody involved, which is and it tells a good, entertaining story. Writer Luis Venosta originally conceived the story as a stage musical after attending a 10th anniversary screening of Enter the Dragon, where the crowd treated it like the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Wow.
His girlfriend talked about, that totally makes sense.
Enter the Dragon.
And the Some Dumb Goy characters were deliberately directed by Barry Gordy to act and talk stereotypically black jive style instead of traditional Asian stereotypes as a playful subversion. Yeah, those are the notes. Those are the Nick notes.
Great notes.
Thank you very much. So, how is it aged, and how will it age?
I think it's aged really well. I think as time goes on, I think it's going to age even better. I think this movie is going to do really well is it's going to give you kind of a window into the 80s in the best way.
Oh yeah. It's a living mall on film.
Yeah. like my kids can watch it and get the story and be like, "Oh, that's how it was in the 80s." And this is a really interesting look at how it was back then, like the clothes, the androgyny and stuff like that. It's a really cool look into that culture and that style. Like swag and stuff like that. It's really cool.
Yeah, and I always ask this question: what kind of musical would this be? And it's already pretty much a musical. Yeah. I'm really surprised it's not on Broadway.
It should be.
Yeah. Now, let me ask you this, because this is the YKF Cinema Show. Kink-wise, does this movie inspire you?
That's a great question. I don't know. I look at this movie and I think what I appreciate about this movie, like we were talking about, the diversity and the gender fluidity of characters and stuff like that, and how it kind of just shows you, like, hey, you just let your freak flag fly. It's kind of dope, just watching these different characters who are very masculine and very feminine at the same time. Like Sho'Nuff is an icon, and it's really cool. And I think we talk about how Sho'Nuff has this kind of Dom personality and stuff like that. I just really think the whole concept of the movie is really cool. I love it.
Rewatch it?
Of course.
Yeah, Of course.
I watch it every year.
Sunshine chimes in. Welcome, Delvin Cox. Such a pleasure to have you on the YKF Cinema Show. I love you, Sunshine.
Thank you, Sunshine.
Any final thoughts on why this movie still has such a devoted cult following decades later?
Talking about what we love, talk about hip hop. I think hip hop plays a great influence on this movie. Like, this movie, elements of this movie has been a lot of rap songs. I think the Gorillas referenced the movie at one point. I want to say ASAP Rocky did too. The movie keeps living on because the movie keeps inspiring people. There are different generations who've seen this movie and they're inspired by it, and they kind of do little homages to the movie and stuff like that. Like Schoolboy Q did. Like a lot of people just like go back and do it. I think other movies kind of inspired from it as well. So I think because the name of the movie itself kind of lives on and stuff like that, people just kind of gravitate towards it.
I'm not surprised if there's not like whole hip hop albums dedicated to this movie, like concept albums.
That'd
stuff
be cool.
Like that. You can totally see it. It's probably it's so underground we haven't seen it yet. Heard it yet. Here's an interesting fact. Can't Fight This Feeling by REO Speedwagon was the #1 song on the Billboard Hot 100 when Last Dragon was released in theaters March 22nd, 1985.
That's a great song. REO Speedwagon.
This movie brought back so many memories, especially dealing with everything like with my family, the passing of my father, just like in the movies that I've watched, and the kung fu movies I watched with him, and all the it just brings back so many memories. So if anyone from our generation, they haven't seen this movie, if they have seen this movie, I highly recommend it. It's entertaining just for the simple fact that it's entertaining. Yes. It is. I mean, of course there's a lot of stuff to make fun of course, because the 80s and silliness of it. Still, thank you, Delvin. This was wonderful. Everybody, please subscribe to Your Kinky Friends podcast on Spotify and go to yourkinkyfriends.com, but also subscribe to this channel, YKF, and you can get 15% off all inventory at Locked and Lost with offer code YKF. Delvin, how can we get in touch with you? How can we support your podcast and everything you do? Please tell us how.
You can check me out on the Delvin Cox Experience, anywhere you get podcasts. But if you want to check out something fun, real fun, I also play the Green Lantern in an audio drama called Justice League Mortal. I'm part of like the Mortal Cinematic Universe, stuff like that. I'm in an audio drama. I played the John Stewart Green Lantern. So if you just look up Justice League Mortal, you can find me on that feed as the Green Lantern. So if you want to check out some like comic book stuff, I'm the Green Lantern. There you go.
That reminds me, I need voices for my book. I'm doing an audiobook, so I'm gonna need voices if you're interested in that.
Of course, I got you.
Yeah, man.
I've played several characters in audiobooks.
Yeah. See, I can't believe I haven't asked that yet. Oh my God! I thank you very much. The talented Delvin Cox is here. We broke down The Last Dragon. We made Sho'Nuff submit, kiss our feet. Everybody, please be cool, be kind, keep an open mind. Take care, everybody.